Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for getting me to 500 subscribers. You guys know I'm a student and it's really hard to make videos while I'm in school, but you guys are still watching my stuff, and I just want to say thank you for, you know, subscribing to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna do a story time for you guys. It's a college story time, like a roommate struggle story time. I always wanted to do the story time, but I never did it out of respect for the people that were involved. Like the main person that's involved used to be a very good friend of mine, and out of respect I just didn't want to do the story time. Like I just didn't want to do it, like out of respect for that friendship. But after what they did this semester, I was like, nah, I don't have no more respect for you, so I'm gonna do the story time. You know, like I started a YouTube channel so I can share my experiences with you guys and just go throughout this whole journey with you guys. So I'm here to let you guys know the tea. I really wanted to leave this situation in 2019. Like I'm ready to let it die. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be getting ready. Today is New Year's Eve. So, I mean, not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody. So I'm just gonna do like a get ready with me type of video. I'm gonna straighten my hair, do my makeup, and all of that. So let's just get started. So at the beginning of my freshman year, you know, I was new. I didn't really know anyone when I first came, but I made some friends freshman year, you know, just the regular. And so my after freshman year, you know, it was spring semester. It was time to choose like roommates and the people who you're gonna room with for sophomore year. And a very close friend of mine at the time, we decided that we wanted to live together in like the apartment style suites, which was like Merrimack or Perkins. So we decided that we wanted to room together, you know, move into an apartment, you know, like big girls. We decided that we wanted to live together. Me and this girl, we were like so close, like sisters. Like anything, like if anyone messes with me, like she was there, like she was ready to go. Like if anything happens to her, I was there ready to go. Like I missed her birthday like one time, and then when she came back to school, I took her out with some friends, and you know, we were that close. Like we were that close. We decided that we were gonna find like a suite together. And yeah, when the housing like when it was time to find our rooms, we couldn't find a room that had like 2 beds available, like a suite that had 2 beds available at the same time. So it was like we were looking like at this building called Perkins, and we really couldn't find anything that we wanted. Like at first we found like a triple, and it was just like not what we wanted at all. And we didn't want to live with 3 different people. We just wanted like a room to ourselves, and like other people can live in like a different room. So we just couldn't find what we wanted, and at that point we just started looking because we were sophomores, so our time slot was like later than a lot of like the seniors and juniors. So at that point we just decided that we're gonna start looking elsewhere. I started looking for like doubles and like other like normal dorms, like those like normal dorms. So I started looking for like doubles, and then at some point I checked again for one of the apartments, and there was one bed available in one of the rooms. So once I saw the 1 bedroom available, I was like, yeah, I really want to live in this building, so I'm gonna take it. And after I took the bed, I texted her. I was like, hey, like I found a bed in Merrimack, but there was only one. If anything comes up, I'll let you know. Like I felt bad that she didn't get in because she really wanted to get into the building as well, but there was only 1 bed, and I really wanted to live there, so I took it. And I let her know, and she said it was fine, and that was that. Like that was that. She didn't get into it, but you guys will get to know like later on what happened after. So summer came and everything was good, everything was like fine. And then during like August, you know, the summer after freshman year, because I stayed on campus doing orientation. So after So during August, after orientation was done, I checked like the housing portal. I looked where I was gonna live. I looked at the apartment that I was gonna live in, and I noticed that one of the people who were gonna live there moved out. So the apartment was of like 6 people. There were 3 rooms in the apartment, and I noticed that one of the girls who was supposed to live with another girl in one of the rooms moved out. Not exactly my room. Like my roommate was still there. My like direct roommate in that room, she was still there, and I noticed that one of the girls in the other room moved out. So there was one bed available in my apartment. So I was like, oh my gosh, like there's a bed available. Let me let let me let my friend know. Let's call her Sierra. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me let Sierra know. Like we really wanted to room together. So let me let her know that, you know, the room is open. Like there's a bed open. So let me let her know. It's like we weren't gonna live directly with each other in like one room, but at least we were gonna be in the same apartment. So I was like, oh my god, let me let her know. So I called her right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, guess what? There is a bedroom. There's a bed available in one of the rooms. Like it's not in my room, but it's in a different room, but it's okay because it's still in the same suite. So I told her like, okay, there's a bed available, let's sign up. So we called Res Life, and we basically got it. She got into the room, and we were so excited. Since I moved in first, I moved into the apartment first, like before everyone else, because I was already on campus during orientation. So I moved into the apartment first, and I even called her like to come check it out. She came, you know, she saw the apartment and everything, and we were just so excited. Like we were talking about how we were gonna decorate it and all of that. Like we were literally so excited. Like Sierra and I were so excited, and everything was good. Like everything was so good. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair because I don't think I have enough time to straighten it exactly how I wanted to straighten it. So right now I'm just gonna put it back into a ponytail. Figure it out after I'm done with my makeup. Okay, so basically everything was good, and then, you know, everybody moved in, and like in September everyone moved in, and yeah, like everything was good. And my direct roommate also moved in. Let's call her Megan. So my direct roommate Megan moved in, Sierra moved in, and the other girls moved in. Like I said, there were 6 of us in the apartment. So my direct roommate was, you know, like I just said, Megan, and Sierra, my friend, was also in there. She roomed with someone else in the apartment. Okay, I'm just gonna talk to you guys because I can't do the makeup and talk at the same time. Like let me just finish this story time, and then I'll start my makeup and then show you guys that. When everyone was there, we decided to sit down and make, you know, the house rules about like chores and you know, who's gonna do what and clean on what day, visitors, and how that was gonna work out, like if you wanted to have a visitor over and all of that, how you had to communicate with everyone else. And so we had that in check. Like that was in check. We also talked about how we didn't want like people smoking in the house, like smoking weed. Like I brought it up because I don't like the smell of weed. I don't smoke, I don't drink. Well, I literally, the only thing you ever see me drinking is probably like wine and a wine cooler, and that was literally, I just started, like I even just started that this year, and I don't have any issue with that. I don't have any problem with anyone who drinks or smokes. That's just like, I'm just not interested. You know, you can do you. I'm just not interested. I don't care if my friends do. Like I really don't care. I'm just not interested. So I let them know that I really didn't like the smell of weed. Like I don't want it in the house, I don't want it in the apartment. And keep in mind that it's not even allowed on campus. Like you're not allowed to smoke it on campus. And we just I just communicated with them that I don't like the smell of it, and it shouldn't be done in the apartment. And we all agreed that we wouldn't do it. So if anyone had needed to smoke or anything, they will go outside, except for hookah. Like I don't mind the smell of hookah because I don't really smell it. So there was another girl in the apartment who did hookah. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that was fine. Like I didn't mind that because, you know, it doesn't have like a smell like weed. So if anyone needed to smoke, they just go outside, and that was the agreement. And that was just that. We never had an issue in the beginning. Where we started having an issue is when it started getting cold outside. I'm just gonna let you guys know that I still have the message, every single message of how we went back and forth with this situation. Like I I still have every single message, and I really didn't feel like I needed to put it like on screen for you guys to see. In case I really have to show you guys those messages, I won't, because you know some people are crazy nowadays, like they will deny every single thing. So if anyone ever denies this video, then that's when I pull out my receipts. Okay, where everything went left is when Oprah came to my campus. So Oprah came, and I had a ticket to go. I had two tickets to go to the show. The show was like $60 something. So I went to the show, and the person I was supposed to take, that was supposed to go with me, because I want 2 tickets, the person that was supposed to go with me canceled. And then, well, not canceled, but something happened and they couldn't go no more. And then I called Sierra. I was like, hey girl, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to come see Oprah? Like, I'm there already. If you want to come, just come right away. Like, come quick. And she came, and we went to see her. Like, it was so nice. Like, it was so amazing seeing Oprah. Like, everything was good. So after Oprah, we go back home, and then I went to my room, and then I changed. I went to my room. I was doing something for a little bit, and then I changed to go shower. And the moment I went to go to the back, I knocked on the bathroom. Like, I just started smelling weed. Like, I was smelling weed. I was like, oh my god, like, what is happening? Like, I was literally like, what's happening? So I knocked on the door, and Sierra and Megan, they were both in the bathroom, and their friends, some of their friends were also in the bathroom, and they were smoking weed. I was like, what is happening? Like, what is this? So right away, I just went back to my room, and then Sierra comes. She's like, we're so sorry, blah blah blah, we should have talked to you about it, this and that. And she like apologized. I was like, okay, it's cool, like, it's fine, whatever. And then like a few weeks later, I was coming back from class, and as soon as I walked into the living room, you know, like, Sierra and her friends were like in the living room. Someone were smoking hookah, which I have no problem with, and then there were a few people in the bathroom smoking weed. And I was just like, ooh, like, what is this? Like, what's going on? Mind you, Megan, my direct roommate, was also smoked weed, and they would smoke together. Like, she smoked with Sierra. They would smoke like together. And so like her doing that made like even like my direct roommate, like I was having issues with that, because like, no, like, we already talked about this. Why are you doing this in the apartment? So when I came home that day, I literally just walked right out, because I didn't want any confrontation. Like, I was so angry, and I didn't want to do anything like in front of the people that were already there. So I literally just walked back out, and I came back later on, like around nighttime, and everybody was home. Well, not everybody, like only one girl was missing, but I called like a meeting. Only 2 girls were missing that day, but I called a meeting. Megan was there, Sierra was there. I called like an apartment meeting. I called all of them, and I sat them down, and then I just addressed my concerns. Like, we agreed that there will be no weed in the apartment. We agreed that, like, where is this coming from? Like, what is happening? So Sierra and Megan, they go talking about, oh, we think things should change, it's getting cold outside, blah blah blah, and we don't want to go do it outside because it's cold, this and that, so we think everyone needs to compromise. I said, I need to compromise? Like I need to compromise for what? Like, you guys are doing it behind my back. You never asked me before you started doing it. I had to catch you like 2 times, and you're telling me that I need to compromise? This was Sierra and Megan telling me that I need to compromise. So, you know, like me, I'm very stubborn, I'm very impatient, and right away I was just like, no. Like, I was already pissed. I was like, no, like, we're not doing this. I'm not compromising nothing. First of all, this is not even allowed on campus, and if you want to do that, find a roommate that is okay with it. Like, you're not just gonna impose it on me. Like, you're not about to impose it on me, like, oh, you have to accept this, blah blah. And I'm just like, no, I'm not taking it. And then they're like, oh, you need to learn how to live with people, blah blah blah. I'm like, what? I need to learn how to live with people? Like, what are you talking about? And it, like, from there it just went left. Like, we were going back and forth, and like it was going nowhere. And then this was one thing, like, I remember this clearly. Megan goes, the Constitution changes, so we should be able to change the house rules. She's like, even the Constitution changes or something like that. I was like, the Constitution? I was like, what? Like after that, I was like, my mind was blown. Like, I was blown. To me, it was like, what does the Constitution have to do with this? Like, what does the Constitution have to do with this at all? Like, I was so shocked. Like, okay, so they keep on going and they're just like, yeah, you need to compromise, and I'm not having it. And I told, like, the whole argument was going nowhere, and then it got to a point where I just blew up. I was like, no, like, we're not having this. I'm not having it, and if it happens again, I'm going to talk to the RA. And then Sierra goes, you really just said that? You really just said that? How could you? Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I said what I said. Like, I said what I said, period. Like, yeah, that's how I was like, I'm done with this conversation. And then Sierra said that she's gonna do it anyway, this and that I need to learn how to compromise, blah blah. And I just started crying, and it was just a big mess. So that was the end of it. Next day, Sierra wasn't there, but Megan was there, the one in my room. She was sleeping in the room. She was there. I was studying, doing my thing, and then, you know, not Sierra, Megan goes to the bathroom to take a shower or something, and as she's in the bathroom, I start smelling weed. Yo, that got me so tight. I'm like, we just had this big argument yesterday, and someone is gonna do this like the next day. Like, I was shook. Like, I was like, no, someone is not doing this right now. I was so mad. Like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's Megan, because Sierra wasn't there, and they're the only ones who do that in the apartment. I was so furious. Like, what? Like, yeah, I was just like, someone is not doing this right now. So right away, I didn't even want to talk to her. Like, I did not want to have any conversation with her. Like, I was so angry. So I texted the group chat. I was like, y'all, like, I'm not having this. I'm about to go talk to the RA and just move out. And Sierra texts back in the group chat. She's like, yeah, just move out. She's like, yeah, move out. I was like, did this girl really just tell me to move out? Like, I was so confused. I was like, this girl, my friend, my sister, just told me that I should move out because of weed. Because of weed, I should move out. I was so furious, guys. I was like, wow, this is insane. Like, this girl just told me to move out. Like, my friend just told me that I shouldn't move out so she can smoke weed. Okay, so I was like, okay. So I went to the RA. I was talking to him. I was like, yo, like, look, this is what's happening. Mind you, I didn't mention any names. I was like, there, you know, some people in my apartment are smoking weed, and I really need a room ASAP. Like, I need to get out ASAP, because I was really not trying to have it no more. Like, I was over it. Like, I'm not trying to ruin my semester because of that. So I was like, I need to move out ASAP. And then he's like, yeah, we'll work on that, but right now, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call the police because there's weed involved. I was like, oh my goodness. He's like, yeah, I'm so sorry, but I need to call the police. I was like, this is not gonna go well. This is not going down well. So I texted in the group chat. I was like, just to let you guys know, I went to the RA to talk to him about moving out, and I told him what the situation in the building, I mean the apartment, and he said that he had to call the police. And I was like, yeah, the police is coming, so y'all get ready. So the police came, and I had to go back. Me and the RA had to go upstairs when the police arrived. You know, the police came in the house, and the police talked to the people that were there, which was Megan and another girl who roomed with Sierra. Police was just talking to everybody, like, if this happens again, everyone is getting written up and everything like that. And the police left after that. So next thing you know, Sierra's texting me. She's like, oh, you evil, blah blah blah, I can't believe you would try to ruin my life, this and that, after what you did to this and this person. Now I know that you're really evil. Mind you, the person she's talking about that I did something to is a situation that happened to me freshman year. That's a story for another day. Like, that's a whole different story. But she knew, like, everything I went to with these people that she's talking about that I was evil to, and she literally had my back, but now she's calling me evil, that she knew I was evil since that time, blah blah blah. I was like, what? Like, huh? If I was so evil, then why did you support me? Why were you there for me? Like, why? Like, if I was evil, like, I was just so confused. That's a whole different story. Like, I'm an open book. Like, I can tell you guys everything that I've been, like, through. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person. Like, I'm not perfect, but people push me to some limits that they literally create this bomb, and once I blow up, I'm evil. Like, no, like I give people so many chances, like so many chances, and now I'm the evil person because I reacted to what you've been constantly doing over and over again. But okay, I'm evil. So yeah, she's like, you evil, blah blah, I can't believe you would try to do this to me, I can't believe you try to ruin my life, this and that. I'm like, oh my god. And I'm just like, I didn't even mention your name, I didn't mention anyone. Like, how? Like, I'm trying to ruin your life? How? Like, I'm trying to study, I'm trying to come home to a nice home, like I don't need to smell weed, I pay the same rent you do, I don't need to come home smelling weed. They're like, you're never there, blah blah blah, why do you need da da da? What? Why can't you just compromise? You're barely there. I'm like, no, I don't need to compromise. They wanted to like text me before they wanted to do it to make sure that I wasn't home, like do all that back and forth. I was like, no, I'm not about to do that. Like, that's the arrangement that they wanted, to like text me like, oh, are you coming home anytime soon, we want to smoke, to text them when I'm coming home. Like, no, like I don't need to check in with anyone before coming home because you want to smoke weed. Like, or like I wasn't having that arrangement at all. After that, after she called me all these evil names, this and that, some days passed by. You know, I didn't smell weed for a while. Some days passed. You know, at this point it was almost at the end of the semester, and a person who's very close to me like was talking to both of us, you know, like, don't let this ruin your friendship. Me and Sierra, like, don't let this ruin, like, my direct roommate Megan or whatever, I didn't really care about our relation because we didn't really have a relationship, like we were just rooming together. But Sierra, I actually cared about our friendship, and I really wasn't trying to have that get in the way of our friendship. That's why when this person was talking to the both of us, like, oh, you guys should talk it out, you guys should have a conversation and just, you know, talk things through because you don't want this to ruin your friendship. And you know, this person talked to us for a few days, and we came to like an agreement that we were gonna talk about it and all of that. So we decided to, sorry about the noise, my little sister is literally like screaming on top of her lungs. So we decided that we were gonna, you know, get together and talk about it, and we did, and everything was cool. The semester ended, and I decided to stay in the room because I couldn't find a single. I wasn't trying to move to another issue, like move into another double, unless it was a single where I could have my own room, my own space. I really wasn't trying to move out. Spring semester came, and yeah, that I thought everything was good. Like, I even brought her some souvenirs. I brought Sierra some souvenirs back from India because I thought everything was good. You know, everything was good until the smoking started happening again. So when the smoking started happening again, I addressed it, and they were like, oh, we thought it was okay. Like, I even addressed it by text, like you guys can see. So I sent a text message, like, because I came home one day and they were smoking, and I was rushing out to go somewhere, and that's I didn't really have the time to sit down and talk to them about it right away. So I just walked out and I texted. I was like, so I thought we were done with this like last semester, and they were like, no, we thought that we had an agreement that we were all gonna compromise. I'm like, no, we never had that agreement. Like, I don't remember having that agreement. So the whole thing just started over and over again, and the whole arguing started again, and I started, like, I was just so angry, like, what is this happening again? And then it just kept going on, like the fighting kept going on. It was just mad toxic, and it got to a point where I was like, you know what? So yeah, basically at that point I was just done. Like, I was so over this whole situation. Like, I was so angry. I'm like, how am I gonna live with these people? They're obviously not about to like let me have my way. Like, they were so determined, and I was like, you know what, I don't want this ruining my friendship. I don't want to do this anymore. It was just getting too much, like, and I gave into their like compromising about me, like about them texting me whenever they want to do it and all of that. You know, I didn't really want to do that compromise. Like, I didn't really want to do that, but I did because I just didn't want to deal with it no more. Like, I agreed to it, and you know, they would text me like, oh, are you coming home? And I'll be like, no, I'm not anytime soon. And they'll go ahead and do whatever they have to do. And yeah, that was just the situation. And from there on, that was just what was happening until the spring semester ended. And when spring semester ended, you would think that like me and Sierra, like me and Megan, I was just like trying to, you know, survive this spring semester, like being cordial with her. Like, I really wasn't feeling her. Like, she wasn't my friend, so like her doing all that, like I had no like oh, let me like try to be, because we weren't friends, we were only roommates. So Hirsch was already like out of my blood. Like I wasn't feeling her at all. Like it was done. I was just trying to, you know, be cordial. But Sierra is like a person who was very close to me, and I just like I didn't want that friendship to just go to waste. So I even invited her like in spring, during my birthday in April. I even invited her to my birthday dinner, and she came. You know, we have the same friend group, so like I wasn't about to invite everyone else but her. So she also came to my birthday, and you know, like everything was good. When spring semester ended, me and her were like, we weren't like as close as we used to be. Me and Sierra weren't as close as we used to be, but everything was good. And you would think that we're still good now. No. No. This stuff that just happened this semester with this girl that made me wash my hands like I have no respect for you, it's still too fresh for me to talk about. But if you guys want to hear it, you know, comment below and be like, part 2. Because I got y'all. Like, I'm literally an open book. Like, you can ask me anything. Like, I have so many stories, and I can talk about anything. Because, you know, life is an experience, and you're just going through it. And I don't think you should be ashamed of anything that you're going through. Because, you know, it's just, you know, you live and you learn. So, yeah, let me finish my makeup, guys. I'll be right back to show you guys the final look. And then I'm going to head to church for Christmas Eve. Alright, hey, guys. I am back. And I'm officially done with my makeup and my hair. But my hair, I don't know, like, I don't know what to do with it, but I'm just gonna end the video here, and I will talk to you guys the next time. Thank you guys for listening to my video. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.